There may be a question as to why a new coaching center for civil services. I'm in the field of training, though I was a bureaucrat, giving training to the people underprivileged in different parts of the world, country. What I observed is that most of the courses, they aim at giving and imparting the information or the knowledge. But what we observe is that civil service is a different course where it is not only the knowledge, it's not only the competence which is important, but the character building is very, very important. So this is to be kept in mind. And from this point of view, we want to reorient the coaching of the civil services. What we need, if you see the words of Stephen R. Covey, as my friend mentioned here, Stephen R. Covey says that the most important factor for success in any field is the mindset. The mindset is very, very important. And the civil services also, we have to develop that type of mindset. Friends, what is important is that at the fag end of the preparation, we are going to have the personality test. That's people call it as the interview, but the UPSC call it the personality test. And the personality test, what is important is in a short span of 25 to 30 minutes, you are being assessed, and the marks vary from very low to very high. If you take today's this batch interview marks or the personality test marks, the least was 110, the highest is 206. The difference is 96. That means only one mark makes a big difference. One mark makes a difference of 34 ranks. So in such a very competitive atmosphere, then one should develop the mindset to score more marks. And the personality test board is not going to give the marks basing on your knowledge. They are going to give marks basing on your personality and your suitability to the civil services. I will give an example here. The 16th ranker this year, he got 818 marks, whereas he got 204 marks in the personality test, and as a result, he got the 16th rank. Whereas 315th rank candidate got 819 marks. That means 1 mark more than the 16th ranker, but he got only 135 marks, and as a result, his rank is 315. And you will be surprised to see that the cutoff mark is at 953. So he got 954. Though he got very high marks, but because he got less marks, his rank is very low. And by 1 rank, he might have lost almost his service. Like that, the 34th ranker, if you can see, the ranker got 805 in the written part, and in the personality test, he got 193. Whereas ranker 492, he got 804, but his personality marks, test marks are 118. So what does it mean? It shows that in the personality test, your 1 mark matters most. So from this experience, what we want to see is that it is not enough that we prepare for the interview or the personality test at the end of the course, but we have to continue this type of orientation right from the beginning. So from this perspective, we would like to start the course with the personality test itself. That means we are going to orient this, and throughout the almost 15 months, what we are going to give the support, and they are going to give, the orientation will be there from the personality test point of view. So this is a different approach what we are going to follow here. Number 2, as Stephen R. Covey says, we need to have skill set. The mindset and the skill sets are very, very important. Now, what skills are required for the civil services? In fact, most of the times people say that you read a book, but reading books are different. There is a particular person called Daniel Cutland. He says, reading books are entirely different. So how to read? That is not being taught properly in our academic courses. And another important aspect is called how to remember. So remembering is also very, very important, and there are many memory methods are there. in the neuro-linguistic programming, we know the way how to remember anything what you read, that's very important. We would like to say that note-taking is also very important. Most of the times we take the linear notes, but what's more important is called the kernel note making and the mind mapping. So all these things have to be introduced to the students. Other important skill which is required is called how to write. In fact, you all know that writing is very, very crucial to score more marks. Here in the civil services, that you have to convey a lot of information in a few words. So how to write is another important factor for us. Communication skills are very important. Vocabulary building is important. Another important thing is most of the people coming from the rural areas, they're unable to learn the languages. Their pronunciation, the accent, these things are very, very important, and we would like to introduce these things into our institute. And another important aspect is about the body language and how to develop the group spirit, that's called the team spirit. These are all very, very important aspects, and we would like to introduce these components, these skills into our courses. The third important aspect is about the abhyasa, that is more important, practice. So whatever we learn, that is not enough. We have to practice them more, because the Ebbinghaus says that whatever we learn, that will be forgotten within a few hours. So what is important is we have to go for more and more practice, daily practice, weekly practice, monthly. So that type of practice we are going to introduce here. Other important aspect is about the candidates to provide with counselors. We would like to provide counselors so that the candidate will be cleared very at the outset, that his doubts are being cleared at itself. Another important feature what we want to introduce is the mentoring. The mentoring is very, very important. The mentors are not small people that we would like to, we got a galaxy of the bureaucrats who retired, who got the type of ambition to see that the youth of this country is being monitored. So those people are going to help you in monitoring the students. And we would like to introduce the expert lectures. On certain important topics, we would like to have the expert lecturers, and we would like to also see that the profiles of the services, very, very important, because there are 19 services which are there in the civil services now, and most of the people are not aware the profile of each and every service. Some people, they opt because of some ignorance. Then what happens is after 2 years or 3 years, there will be disillusion. Oh, this is not the cup of my tea. So it happened with me. So that's the reason after 2.5 years, I left my central service and I came and joined the state service. So what is important is we have to see the profile of each and every service, the way how you start your career, the way where you end. All these things are very, very important. Those things will be shared by the experts and the senior officers here. Then another important aspect what we would like to introduce is the parental partnership. That means the life of the child is very, very important, and the time is very crucial. So it is not enough that a child is joining an institute. The parent should also know how the ward is now getting the inputs and how he is preparing for the civil services. So this parental partnership program is also being taken care of. Another important thing in the civil service is called the essay writing. Now, essay is the game changer. You might have seen Apurva Pandey got 175 marks in the civil services, and there is one boy called Sanjay Singh, he got 29 marks. So huge difference with how to gain these more marks. So we are going to give the new methods of tackling the essays in the civil services. Another important aspect is known as the ethics. Now, ethics is very, very crucial factor in the civil services. Most of the times, the knowledge will be 3 levels. One, adaptive level. Adaptive level means what? So, you are going to see the subject and you are going to emulate this. This is called adaptive method. That is not enough for the civil services. What is important is called the experience level is very important, because most of the officers are experienced officers. They are going to come and share their experiences. That's more important for the ethics. The third important aspect is called existential knowledge. Existential knowledge means you are going to anticipate what is going to happen. So that will be given by the people who got the real knowledge and the field. So these things will be introduced in aspirant study circle. And I will guarantee one thing. That means the people who are joining into the civil services, when they when they have this ethics classes, your life will be divided into before joining the ethics class and after joining the ethics class. That way, you are going to have a new insights into the ethics. And the case studies are very, very crucial because 120 marks. So there we are going to have a template approach to tackle the case studies. And more importantly, the last one is called the optional subject. Optional subjects are very crucial, 300 marks. If you can score 300 marks, nobody can stop you to enter into the civil services. But scoring 300 marks is very tough. But how to score more 300 marks? These days, getting 250 is a very tougher task, but getting 300 is definitely a very, very important aspect. How to do it? So we want to have four-phased method as to how to mold the student from the basic level. The basic level is called acquisition of the knowledge. The second part is called the consolidation and the enrichment enrichment of the content. The third is about the test series, and the fourth is answer writing. This is the way how the entire course is now redrafted and reoriented. It is not like any other institute, what I have observing, but we would like to bring a new type of approach to the preparation of the civil services. And civil service, as I have experienced, is a happy journey. That means most of the people think that we get the success at the destination, but the journey itself is so interesting. And whoever joins the civil services, those people are going to enjoy every day because they are going to discover themselves and unleash their potential. So this is a very, very important aspect as far as the civil service is concerned. That is the reason why after retirement also we are in the process, not for the sake of any other considerations, but it is to share our knowledge and to see that the youngsters are entering into the civil services. Thereby they are going to empower this country, enrich this country, and thereby can serve the country in a proper manner. So from this perspective, the study circle has been contemplated here. This has come into existence, and I request you all to think about this and take a right decision to shape your life. Thank you very much.